How's it going, man? So the drive for us men, that drives our alphaness, our masculinity, is ultimately our drive for our purpose in life. What you stand for in this world, whatever you have to do to obtain it. But, as always, life is what happens when you are making other plans. So it's nice to unwind, clear our heads, and resurface our purpose in our heads and see a clear, full vision of it just like we have when we first saw it. So we can move more towards it consistently and repeatedly and not give up on it. Men, today we are talking about maintaining a clear mindset to provide space for our purpose to thrive in our lives by using forms of meditation throughout our weeks, days, and lifetime. And guys, comment your purposes in the comments below. So for us men, the end goal of our lives would be fulfilling our purposes in life. What keeps us fighting? What keeps us going? What keeps us learning? What keeps us loving? What keeps us just going throughout life? That constant reminder in the back of our heads as if we need to keep going because this is going to happen, and as we soon seen this happen, our life is achieved. Achieving a purpose in life can mean anything. It can mean you want to have a nice, beautiful family. You want to have a healthy relationship with your family. You want to have a big house, big job, huge business, make a lot of money, live a very simple life, live away from everyone. Whatever you have in your head that you know would bring satisfaction to you. All these examples mean the same thing. For us men, our purpose in life is our legacy. And once our legacy is known and confirmed, we will not stop fighting for our legacy until it is known and it is accomplished. But, as we all know, there's a beautiful thing that happens even when we're going for our purpose or anything. It's called life. And life could shake you to your core, bring you to your knees, and make you want to give up on everything. And the most simplest answer to not get overwhelmed with when life throws its massive curveballs at you so you can push back that bullshit and get back onto your purpose is take a breather, meditate on it. It can all come full circle and become very overwhelming when this happens and you get off track. And meditation and meditating on it really clears your head and gets rid of the displacency feelings that you have and get right back to achieving your purpose in life. Meditation can be interpreted in many ways, but to its core is basically essentially just sitting in a space, quiet, most likely open space, and you focus. You focus on your breathing. Your eyes are closed and you're focusing on in and out, in and out. And once the air clears, you figure out what heads are screaming at you inside your head. What is making you feel this way and how to get past it. So let's talk about a little perspective example. Take a young man. He's married, he has a baby due in a month, they live in a very cheap apartment, and he's working towards on starting his own business, selling his own modern art in a small shop downtown near their apartment complex. As a way to provide, he works endless amounts of hours, third shift, at a shop, and they are 12-hour shifts, so he's hardly even home, and he really values his time when he has it outside of work. This man is very business oriented because he wanted to teach himself that way because he is starting his own business. So what he does is he finds cracks in his days where he can go to the top of his apartment complex because there is a rooftop, and he is allowed to go up there along with 4 under attendants at the apartment building because they were all given keys to do so. So he goes up there, and it's just a beautiful view because it shows the forest lands and it shows all of downtown and whatnot. It's just a great out view of everything. So a couple times a week, this man goes onto this rooftop, and there's a launcher out there, so he sits on it, and he totally decompresses. He empties his mind. He takes full view of what's going on, enjoying the beauty of everything, and then he shuts his eyes and focuses solely on his breathing, in and out, and in and out. And when he notices that his mind is completely clear, there's nothing there, all he can focus on is in and out from breathing, he brings out his full plate of what has been going on in life. He takes an account of everything, and he puts a positive spin on it. And if there's resistance with that positive spin on what he's thinking about, he resorts back to breathing so he can calm himself down and totally eliminate that negativity, and then totally floods his head with positivity. Because once that positivity is flooded in his head, the opportunity for how to go about that situation and accomplish what needs to be done next appears, because he is not overwhelmed with the negative thoughts, because there's nothing there, and when it comes to being nothing there, he brings in positivity. Positivity always has the right answer. And what comes to follow with this daily regiment, weekly regiment, is success. The man has meditated weekly while working his 9 to 5, providing for his family, all going around, looking at listings for buildings downtown, learning more about the business aspect, and really building his rapport with his art business that he's going to start. And he ends up taking the leap because he has consistently meditated through it all and keeping a clear path for his purpose in life to go forth. He owns his own business now. His son was just birthed last week, and he's also working on putting a down payment on a house. Compared to someone who doesn't do this, compared to someone that overworks himself, only depends on a job that he just absolutely hates because he has a family he has to provide for, and then he depends on his own happiness with resorting to drinking, possibly cheating on his wife. It just doesn't work out well. That's why you really do need to take this time to meditate and figure out your purpose in life and get right back on track. I believe it is the true key to getting everything set in your life perfectly, to distract you and keep you away from stuff that will keep you off and lead you down horrible paths, away from the right path. And that is also just a very, very cool thing with meditation, because you become very inclined, become very aligned as you are unwind. It clears up that path to your purpose, that path that sometimes gets covered in a bunch of shit that is unnecessary and all of a sudden can lead you and distract you down to another path. That's just not even a path, it's just a pile of shit. And what us men have always been taught, and maybe probably most anyone in this whole world have been taught, but personally I've heard this so many times over my life: deal with your shit. Clean your shit up and deal with it. And that's why I find just meditation is just a great way to basically boil it down and totally just evaporate out to nothingness, because you see what it really is. It's just really nothingness. It's just something you need to deal with, acknowledge, and then kind of like twist it and turn it until poof, all of a sudden you're right back on track because you're pushing it all to the side, you're cleaning it up, you're putting it in the trash, and you're moving forward. Men are like steel. If they lose their temper, they lose their worth, their purpose. Chuck Norris. And guys, if I were you, I'd go with my purpose right now and subscribe to this channel and leave a big like on this video as well. Thank you. You guys are going to have a blissful day.